The woman on his steps was crying like the world had ended. Daniel Torres stopped halfway up the walkway to 847 West 35th Street, his body screaming after 11 hours pouring concrete, and stared. November in Chicago wasn't kind. 28 degrees, her breath visible in desperate clouds as her shoulders shook. He should walk past her, climb around, disappear into his apartment where his daughter slept. 7 hours before his alarm dragged him back to the site. Those hours were sacred, but his feet wouldn't move. Oversized thrift store coat, torn pocket, mismatched buttons, jeans with holes that weren't fashion, worn sneakers, gray with grime, a duffel bag beside her, everything she owned in faded canvas. Her posture caught him, even crying, her spine stayed straight. Pride, the kind that hurt worse than hunger. "Miss?" His voice came out rough. "You okay?" Her head snapped up, tear-streaked face, but something in those eyes made him step back. Intelligence. Awareness. She wasn't what she appeared to be. "I'm fine." She wiped her face quickly. "Sorry, I'll move." She didn't move. "You're freezing," Daniel said. Her voice cracked. "I'm fine." Wind cut through his jacket. She shivered hard, teeth chattering. "You need help?" "No, She stopped, looked at him like measuring something unnamed. "Yes." Barely a whisper. "I need a place to stay. Just for a while. I can pay." Her hands dove into her pocket, emerging with crumpled bills. She counted, fingers shaking. $47. Held them out like they were everything. "It's all I have, but I'm good for more. I can work, I can clean." "Stop." Daniel's mind raced through numbers. Lily needed boots, $50. Electric bill, $120, due in 5 days. Groceries running low. $47 wouldn't solve his problems. Wouldn't solve hers either. "I've got a spare room," he heard himself say. She stared like he'd spoken gibberish. "Small. Used to be storage. Bed, window, heat works." He shrugged. "It's warm." "Why would you?" $47. That's fine for the month." Her eyes went wide. "A month? That's not even—" "Take it or leave it. We're both gonna freeze out here." He unlocked the door. "Coming?" She grabbed her duffel, stumbling up like she couldn't believe this, like she'd expected cruelty or indifference. Daniel held the door open. She hesitated at the threshold. "I'm Daniel Torres, 3rd floor. Fair warning. I've got a 4-year-old. She's asleep now, but mornings are loud." Something shifted in her face. Fear, relief. "Emma," she whispered. "My name is Emma." She stepped inside. The stairwell smelled like old cooking and cleaning products. Daniel took her duffel, lighter than expected, and climbed. She followed, footsteps echoing. 3rd floor, corner unit, blue door because Lily insisted. Inside, small, worn, clean. Couch from another decade, coffee table marked with crayon, toys everywhere. Kitchen visible through archway, fridge covered in Lily's artwork, construction paper rainbows held by magnets. "Lily," he explained. "She's creative." Emma stared at the drawings like museum pieces. "They're beautiful." "Bathroom's there. Lily's room, my room, and—" He opened the last door. "Your room?" Barely bigger than a closet. Single mattress, clean but faded sheets. Nightstand, lamp, window overlooking the alley. That was it. "It's not much," Daniel said, suddenly embarrassed. "It's perfect," she breathed. Her eyes filled again. Different tears. She pressed a hand to her mouth. "Hey, don't— You don't understand. I've been—" She couldn't finish. Daniel stood there, hands useless, while this stranger cried in his doorway. "Bathroom shared. Kitchen too. Help yourself. I work early, gone by 6. Lily wakes around 7. He shrugged. Make yourself at home. Why are you being so kind? Emma asked suddenly. Direct. Daniel looked at her. Saw past worn clothes to whatever lived underneath. Because someone was kind to me once, when I needed it most. Pause. And I remember. Heavy understanding passed between them. Get some rest. We'll figure out details tomorrow. He started to close the door. Thank you. 2 words carrying everything unsaid. I can't, thank you. Night, Emma. Good night. He stood in his hallway. His wedding ring was gone, but the tan line remained. Ghost of what was. What had he just done? In that room, Emma Richardson, CEO, millionaire, woman testing humanity with deliberate lies, sat on the bare mattress. Through thin walls, she heard Daniel moving, water running, ordinary life continuing. She'd expected rejection, cruelty, uncomfortable pity. Not this. Simple kindness from a man as worn as his apartment. Her phone buzzed. Marcus again. She silenced it. This was supposed to prove people were selfish, that goodness was transactional. But Daniel Torres just gave her a home for $47 and asked nothing. She lay back, staring at ceiling, whispering, "What am I doing?" Down the hall, Daniel set his alarm for 5:30, too exhausted to examine his decisions. Neither knew this moment. Her tears, his decision to stop, would unravel everything they thought about trust. Outside, November wind rattled windows. Inside, 2 strangers slept under one roof. Morning would change everything. Morning light found Emma awake, still dressed, wondering what she'd set in motion. At 7:15, small feet padded down the hallway. Emma opened her door, stepped out. Kitchen sounds, cabinet opening, ceramic clinking. A small girl stood on a step stool reaching for cereal. Wild blonde bedhead, unicorn pajamas. She grabbed the box, turned, and froze. Daddy? He's at work. Emma stepped into view, hands up. I'm Emma. Your dad said I could stay in the spare room. Lily stared with uncomfortable intensity. Why are your eyes sad? Emma's breath caught. She knelt down. I've been going through something hard. Me too. My mommy died, but Daddy says it gets better. Matter of fact. Does it? Yeah, Emma whispered. It does, slowly. Lily nodded, satisfied, walked right up, took Emma's hand. Want to see my drawings? She pulled Emma to the corner. Papers covered a low table, held up drawing after drawing, stick figures, houses, animals. This is me and Daddy, this is Mommy in heaven, and this... A newer picture. 3 stick figures holding hands. Labels, Daddy, Lily, and a blank space where the 3rd figure stood. Emma couldn't speak. You can help me make breakfast, Lily announced. Do you know how to make eggs? I do. I used to cook a lot, before. They made eggs together. Lily narrated everything, which pan Daddy used, where the spatula lived, how triangles taste better than squares. Emma found herself actually smiling. The apartment smelled like breakfast and coffee. Morning sun caught dust motes. It felt like home, not her minimalist penthouse. This felt real, dangerous. Are you going to stay forever? Lily asked, forking eggs. I don't know, sweetie. Probably just a little while. That's okay. A little while is better than nothing. That evening, Emma made dinner. She'd spent the day alone, supposedly job hunting, actually working remotely. 3 video calls, 24 emails, company running fine without her, which felt hollow. But cooking dinner felt purposeful. Daniel came home exhausted, stopped dead seeing the table set. You didn't have to. I wanted to. Lily climbed into her chair. Emma makes really good eggs, Daddy. They ate together. Lily dominated conversation, school, friends, a bug, theories about the sky. Daniel listened with endless patience. Where'd you learn to cook like this? He asked. Emma froze. Careful. I used to cook a lot, before things fell apart. He nodded, didn't push. Friday evening, Lily brought coloring books. Want to color? Sure, Bug. The nickname slipped out. Lily's face lit up. They colored in silence. Then, can you draw me something? Like draw? Emma hesitated. Her hand moved automatically. Lines appearing, architectural, precise angles. Whoa, Lily breathed. Daniel appeared in the archway, stared at the drawing. That's architectural, really good. Where did you learn that? Emma's heart raced. I just like buildings, always have. You studied architecture? No, just interested. She set down the pencil. Too many home improvement shows. But Daniel studied the sketch. Something flickered in his expression. It's really good, he said finally. Sat near them. Their hands brushed, reaching for the same crayon. Both pulled back. Lily giggled. You guys are weird. Saturday morning, Daniel appeared. We're going for pancakes. Want to come? Emma's instinct screamed no. Too domestic. Too real. Please? Lily bounced. I want to show you my favorite booth. Okay. The word escaped. Yes. Rosie's Corner Diner. Red vinyl, chrome edges, checkered floor. Smelled like maple syrup and nostalgia. Lily dragged Emma to a corner booth. Your usual, sweetie? The waitress called. Yes, and Emma's going to love the chocolate chip pancakes. They settled into easy conversation. Daniel sketched on a napkin, explaining a foundation issue. His whole face changed, lit up. I love it. Creating spaces where people live their actual lives. Architecture is... He stopped, embarrassed. Sorry. No, don't apologize. Keep going. The napkin sketch was brilliant. Raw talent in simple lines. Have you ever thought about architecture school? His expression shuddered. Can't afford it. Lily needs me now, not in 4 years. He crumpled the napkin. It's fine. But it wasn't fine. Emma could see that. He loved building, hated he couldn't do more. She wanted to offer something. But what? Reveal herself? That would end this. Lily spilled syrup. They both reached to clean, hands colliding, laughing. So painfully normal, Emma's chest ached. Sunday night. Late. Emma found Daniel at the table, sketching detailed architectural plans. Can I ask you something? She said quietly. Sure. Why did you let me in? I could have been anyone. Long pause. He set down his pencil. 3 years ago, after Sarah, I fell apart. Had a 2-month-old. No idea how to keep going. My neighbor, Mrs. Park, just showed up. Every day. Brought food, held Lily, never asked for anything. She saved us. He stared at his hands. So when I see someone who needs help, I remember. Emma's throat closed. I'm not what you think I am. Daniel smiled softly. I think you're someone going through something hard. That's enough. She almost broke, almost told him everything. Thank you, she whispered, for treating me like a person. His brow furrowed. Why wouldn't I? She didn't answer, but something in her eyes made him wonder, made him see there were layers he didn't understand. He didn't ask, just returned to sketching. Emma watched, calloused hands creating beauty. A man who gave everything and asked for nothing. Her test about human nature. This man was destroying her hypothesis. She went back to her room, phone buzzing with ignored messages from her real life. She was falling into this borrowed existence, falling for the routine, the 4-year-old who held her hand, the man who treated her with respect. And that was exactly the problem. The fantasy lasted 6 more days. Monday evening, Lily was unusually quiet at dinner, picked at her pasta, rested her head on the table. "Bug?" Daniel touched her forehead. "You feel warm." By 9 p.m., she was crying in her room. Daniel rushed in. Emma followed. Lily's cheeks were flushed, eyes glassy. "I don't feel good, Daddy." Daniel grabbed the thermometer. 101.5, okay, it's okay, just a fever. But his voice carried tension. "What can I do?" Emma appeared in the doorway. "Medicine's in the bathroom." "Can you grab it?" They took turns through the night. Cool cloths, monitoring temperature, soft reassurances. At 2 a.m., Daniel dozed in the chair while Emma held Lily, humming something she didn't remember learning. Lily whispered, half asleep, "You'd be a good mommy." Emma's heart broke. "Sweetie, I wish you could stay forever." Morning came. Fever broke. Lily slept peacefully. Daniel woke in the chair, saw Emma still there, exhausted but smiling. "You didn't have to stay up. I wanted to." Their eyes met. Something shifted. This wasn't temporary anymore. Whatever they'd been pretending, it was becoming real. Daniel's hand covered hers. "Thank you." The touch lasted 3 seconds. Felt like everything. Wednesday afternoon. Daniel came home early. Project rained out. He heard Emma's voice from her room, door slightly open. Her voice different, confident, businesslike. "Marcus, I told you, I'm not coming back yet. The Q4 reports can wait." Daniel froze in the hallway. "No, I'm not having a breakdown. I'm exactly where I need to be." Pause. "The board meeting is next month. I'll be there. Just tell them I'm working remotely." Board meeting? Daniel's stomach dropped. Emma continued, "We're still on track for the expansion. I've been reviewing everything." She turned, saw him standing there. Phone dropped from her hand. "I have to go." She ended the call. "Daniel, who was that?" His voice came out flat. "I can explain." "Board meeting? Working remotely?" "Emma, who are you?" She stood, face pale, words stuck in her throat. The lie suddenly too big to maintain. Daniel's phone rang. He answered, expression darkening. "What? When? I'll be right there." Hung up. "Emergency at the site, I have to go." He looked at Emma, hurt and confusion warring in his eyes. "We'll talk tonight." The door closed behind him. Emma stood alone, world crumbling. Thursday, 4 p.m. Knock on the apartment door. Emma answered. Marcus Chen stood there. Expensive suit, concerned face, impossibly out of place in this building. "Emma, thank God." He stepped forward. "I've been losing my mind." "How did you find me?" Panicked. "Your assistant finally broke." "Emma, this has gone far enough. Whatever point you're making—" Daniel's voice from behind. "Who's this?" He'd forgotten his tool belt. Stopped dead seeing the stranger in his apartment, Emma looking guilty. Marcus extended his hand. "Marcus Chen, I'm Emma's business partner." Pause. "And her former fiancé." Daniel's face went rigid. Marcus pulled out his phone. "Has she told you? About Clarity apps?" He showed an article. Emma Richardson, CEO. Valuation $40 million. Photo of Emma in business suit, polished, unrecognizable. Daniel stared at the photo. At Emma. Back to photo. "You're a millionaire." "Daniel, please." Marcus, oblivious to the tension. "She's been gone 3 weeks. Some kind of social experiment? Living like she's broke?" Social experiment. Daniel's voice went cold. No! Emma's voice cracked. It wasn't like that. Daniel turned to Marcus. Get out. Excuse me? This is my home. Leave. Now. Marcus looked at Emma. I'll be at the Langham. Call me when you're done with whatever this is. He left, silence like broken glass. Were you ever actually homeless? Daniel's voice was careful, controlled. No, but did you need my help? Not financially, but did you lie to me about everything? Emma's tears started. Not about what matters. My feelings. Your feelings. Cold. Right. While you were slumming it with the poor construction worker. No, Daniel, I needed to know if anyone could see me. Not my money, not my company. So you used me. You used Lily. Emma flinched. I never meant... What did you think? Play dress up for a few weeks? Feel good about yourself, then go back to your real life? That's not fair. Daniel's voice rose. First time. Fair? You let me give you $47? You let me worry about you? You let my daughter... He stopped, voice breaking. Lily drew you into our family. Emma sobbed. I know. I'm so sorry. I need you to leave. Daniel, please, now, tonight. Take your experiment somewhere else. He walked to Lily's room. Shut the door. Final. Emma stood alone. Her own worst fear come true. And this time it was her fault. She packed in the dark, hands shaking. The spare room that had felt like home was just a room again. And the man who'd seen her without seeing her wealth? He'd never look at her the same way again. She left her key on the counter, pulled her duffel over her shoulder, walked down 3 flights of stairs, each step heavier than the last. Outside, November wind cut through her coat. She pulled out her phone, called a car. Behind her, in apartment 3C, Daniel stood with his forehead against Lily's door, fists clenched, heart breaking. And in her room, Lily clutched the family drawing she'd made, the one with 3 stick figures holding hands. She didn't understand why Emma's spot was empty again, why grown-ups always left. The Langham Hotel suite had a view of the entire city. Emma had never felt more alone. Thursday night. Luxury hotel felt like prison. Marcus knocked. Emma, let's talk. She let him in. What were you trying to prove? Not unkind. That someone could want me. Not my money, just me. And? Did you find that? Her silence answered. Marcus sighed. I hurt you. I know that. But this, living with strangers, pretending, he wasn't a stranger. He was real. He was real because he didn't know. Now he does, and he's angry. He touched her shoulder. I don't blame him. Emma looked at him. Neither do I. Marcus left her alone with the view. Friday, Saturday. Emma returned to work, going through motions. Office felt hollow. Everyone wanted something. Approval, decisions, her signature on documents. No one asked how she was. Saturday afternoon, she walked Millennium Park. Saw a father with his young daughter feeding ducks. The girl laughed. Sounded like Lily. Emma sat on a bench. Cried without hiding it. An elderly woman sat beside her. Boy trouble? Emma laughed through tears. How'd you know? That's the only thing that makes smart women cry in public. Pause. You love him? Emma nodded. Then why are you here? Because I lied to him. He'll never forgive me. The woman patted her hand. Maybe, maybe not, but you'll never know sitting here. She stood, walked away. Emma stared at the lake. Decision forming. Meanwhile, Thursday night after Emma left, Lily emerged from her room. Where's Emma? Daniel's throat tight. She had to go, sweetheart. Is she coming back? I don't think so. Lily started crying. But I love her. Daniel held her, his own heart breaking. I know, Bug, I know. Friday at work, distracted. Coworker. You okay, man? Fine. Saturday, found Lily's drawing. The family picture with Emma included. Stared at it. Emma drawn with the same care as him and Lily. Sunday, Mrs. Park visited with groceries. Noticed immediately. Where's your boarder? Gone. She wasn't what I thought. What was she? He explained everything. The lies, the money, the experiment. Mrs. Park quiet. Then, so she lied about being poor. Yes. Did she lie about caring for Lily? Daniel stopped. No. Did she lie when she stayed up all night with Lily's fever? No, but did she lie when she looked at you? Daniel's chest tight. Remembering Emma's eyes. Mrs. Park. Money makes people lie, but it doesn't make kindness fake. She lied about everything else. Did she? Or did you assume and she didn't correct you? Daniel's mind raced, replaying conversations. Emma never said she was homeless. He assumed. Never said she had no money. He assumed. Mrs. Park. Maybe she was testing you. Maybe that's wrong. But maybe you passed, and now you're throwing it away because your pride is hurt. She left. Daniel alone with Lily's drawing, seeing it differently. Monday morning, Emma's assistant. Ms. Richardson, the charity gala is tonight. You're supposed to speak. Emma, decision made. I'll be there. Daniel researching on his phone. Found Emma's company website. Read her bio. Founded Clarity Apps at 22 with $500. Dedicated to accessible technology. Read interviews. She never forgot being broke in college. Eating ramen for weeks. One quote. I want to remember what it's like to struggle. That keeps me honest. Daniel's anger shifting, understanding creeping in. Mrs. Park's words echoed. Money makes people lie. He looked at the gala invitation online. Public event, decision. He needed to see her one more time. Parallel preparation. Emma getting ready. Elegant black dress, hair up, makeup perfect. Her CEO armor. Daniel getting ready. His one good suit from Sarah's funeral. Lily at Mrs. Park's. Both nervous, both preparing to be vulnerable. Different locations, same determination. Emma stood backstage, hands shaking. In 5 minutes, 300 of Chicago's elite, but only one person she wanted to see. Daniel entered the grand hall. Felt out of place. His suit obviously off the rack. Took a seat in back row. His heart pounded. What was he doing here? The MC began. Welcome to the 10th annual Clarity Apps Charity Gala. Daniel scanned for Emma. Please welcome our founder and CEO, Emma Richardson. Emma walked on stage. Applause erupted. She reached the podium, looked at the teleprompter, began reading. 10 years ago, Clarity Apps started with a simple mission. Her voice sounded hollow, going through motions. Daniel saw her. Breath caught. She looked so different, polished, professional, yet the same eyes. Emma continued hitting corporate points. Then she saw him. Back row, right side, watching intently. Words died in her throat. Silence stretched. Crowd murmured. Marcus in the wings gestured frantically. Keep going. Emma gripped the podium. I'm sorry. I need to say something else. Confused whispers. This speech talks about innovation, accessibility, growth metrics. All true, all important. Deep breath. But it's not why I built this company, and it's not what I learned in the past month. Marcus panicked. What is she doing? Emma stepped away from the podium. No script now. 3 weeks ago, I sat on apartment building steps and cried. I was testing something, whether anyone would help me if they thought I had nothing. Audience completely silent. This wasn't normal gala talk. I dressed in thrift store clothes, carried $47, made myself look desperate, because I needed to know. Would anyone see me? Not my company, not my money, just me. Her voice cracked. A man stopped. He was exhausted from work, had his own problems, his own struggles. He gave me a room in his home for $47 a month, shared his food, trusted me with his daughter. Tears on her cheeks now. Didn't wipe them. And I lied to him. Every day. By omission. By silence. By letting him believe I was someone I wasn't. Daniel's throat tight. Everyone watching Emma, but he only saw her. I told myself it was necessary, that I needed to protect myself from people who only wanted my money. But the truth? I was protecting myself from trust, from vulnerability, from the possibility that someone might actually love me for who I am. Voice stronger now. That man taught me something I'd forgotten building this empire. He taught me that kindness doesn't calculate, that goodness doesn't need a reason, that real wealth isn't what you have. It's what you give when you have almost nothing. Emma looked directly at Daniel. He gave me a home when he could barely afford his own rent. He shared his daughter's love when his heart was still healing from loss. He saw me, really saw me, when I was hiding behind lies. Her voice dropped, intimate despite the microphone. And I broke his trust. I hurt him. And I hurt the little girl who drew me into her family. Pause, hands shaking. So tonight, instead of talking about quarterly earnings, I'm standing here telling 300 people that I'm a coward who was too scared to be honest. Emma stepped off stage, walked into the audience. People parted, mesmerized. She walked straight toward the back row, toward Daniel. Marcus called, "Emma?" She didn't stop. Press cameras flashed. This was news. Daniel stood as she approached, face to face, audience silent, Emma's voice quiet. "I don't expect you to forgive me." "Emma, let me finish, please." He nodded. "You were right. I used you. Not intentionally, not maliciously, but I did. I let you give me things you couldn't afford. I let Lily love me when I knew I'd leave." Tears streaming. "And the worst part? I fell in love with you. Both of you. And I was too much of a coward to tell you the truth." Gasps from the crowd. This wasn't corporate anymore. This was raw. Daniel stared. Everyone waiting. "You fell in love with us." Not a question, testing the words. Emma nodded. "Every moment? The pancakes at Rosie's? The way you draw buildings on napkins? The way you loved your daughter through your own grief? I fell in love with who you are." "You hurt me, Emma. I know. You lied to my daughter. I know. You made me feel like a fool." Emma's whisper. "I know." Silence. Eternal. Then Daniel. "But you also stayed up all night when Lily was sick. You cooked dinner even though you didn't have to. You asked about my dreams when no one else ever had." His hand reached up, wiped a tear from her cheek. "You saw me too, Emma. Not just a construction worker, not just a single dad. You saw the person who still wants to build things." Emma couldn't breathe. "I don't care about your money. I never did. I care that you didn't trust me with the truth." Pause. "But I understand why. And maybe we both need to learn to trust again." His hands framed her face. "So here's what I need to know. Was any of it real?" Emma's hands covered his. "All of it. Every moment. Every feeling. That was the realest I've ever been." Daniel leaned in, kissed her. Simple, soft, perfect. The hall erupted, Applause, cheers, camera flashes exploding. They broke apart, foreheads touching, laughing and crying. "I think I just torpedoed our stock price," Emma said. "I think you just became the most honest CEO in Chicago." They held each other as the crowd celebrated. Marcus watching from the stage, shaking his head but smiling. Someone shouted, "Speech!" Emma turned to the crowd, Daniel's arm around her waist. "I guess I should finish what I started." She wiped her eyes. Clarity Apps was built on a simple belief that technology should serve people, not the other way around. But I forgot that principle in my own life. I built walls instead of bridges. Tonight, someone reminded me what really matters. She looked at Daniel. Kindness, trust, love that doesn't come with conditions. The crowd cheered again. Outside the Newberry, snow began to fall. Inside, two people who'd found each other while hiding from the world finally stopped hiding. But there was one more person who needed to know the truth. 6 months can change everything, or reveal what was always there. Late May, early evening. Emma and Daniel's apartment. Not luxury, not poverty, just home. 2-bedroom in Wicker Park, sunlight through windows, morning scene, kitchen chaos. Lily at the table drawing, now 5 years old, kindergarten graduate. Emma making coffee, Daniel flipping pancakes. They moved around each other naturally. Choreography of love. "Emma, can you help with my picture?" Lily asked. Emma sat beside her. "What are you drawing, Bug?" "Our new family. See? There's Daddy, there's you, there's me. And there's," she pointed to a small addition, "baby brother or sister, when they come." Emma and Daniel froze, looked at each other. Emma's hand unconsciously touched her still flat stomach. Daniel knew. She'd told him last week, but Lily guessing was perfect. "How did you know?" Emma asked softly. Lily shrugged. "You smile different, like Daddy smiled when he met you." Child wisdom striking again. Daniel kissed Emma's temple. "We were going to tell you today anyway." Lily jumped up. "I knew it. Can I tell Mrs. Park?" They laughed. "After breakfast." Life had shifted in beautiful ways. Emma stepped back from CEO to Chief Innovation Officer. Marcus ran day-to-day operations now, better suited, they both knew. She focused on product development, worked from home twice a week. She'd started a nonprofit, Second Chances Housing Fund, helped working families afford rent. Daniel enrolled in architecture school online. Emma insisted on paying. "It's not charity, it's investment in our future." He still worked construction part-time, studied at night. His sketches covered their walls now, dreams becoming real. Sunday mornings at Rosie's remained tradition. Lily teaching Emma about feelings, roles delightfully reversed. Daniel teaching Emma about buildings, she teaching him about code. Small ring on Emma's finger. He'd proposed 2 months ago. Small ceremony planned for fall. "I want to show you something," Emma said that evening. They drove to Brighton Park. Pulled up outside 847 West 35th Street, the old building. "Why are we here?" Daniel asked. Emma smiled mysteriously. "Come on." They climbed familiar 3 flights, Lily holding both their hands. Emma knocked on the old apartment door. Young woman answered. Early 20s, worn clothes, tired eyes. "Ms. Richardson?" "Call me Emma. This is Daniel and Lily." To Daniel, "Meet Sophie. She's our first Second Chances recipient." Daniel understood. Emma had bought the building, converted it to affordable housing for working families. "I can't believe I get to live here," Sophie said. "After sleeping in my car for 2 months." Emma's eyes met Daniel's. Everyone deserves a safe place. Someone taught me that. They toured the apartment. Sophie had made it home already. Lily gave Sophie a drawing. For your fridge, so it feels like home. Sophie teared up. Thank you. All of you. After they left, they stood on the front steps, exact spot where the story began. Snow replaced by spring warmth, evening sun golden. Emma sat on the step. This is where you found me. Daniel sat beside her. Where you let me find you. I was so lost that night, crying because I didn't believe in people anymore. And now? Emma leaned into him. Now I know. The world is full of good people. You just have to be willing to see them. Lily squeezed between them. And to be seen. Both adults looked at her. What, am I wrong? She grinned. They laughed, hugging her tight. No, Bug, Daniel said. You're exactly right. Quiet moment. 3 people watching sunset from stone steps. Same steps, different lives, better hearts. Mrs. Park arrived with groceries for Sophie. She helped manage the building now, paid position, her joy. Children played in the small courtyard they'd added. Sophie watched from her window, smiling. Do you think she'll be okay? Emma asked. Someone will help her if she needs it. That's what people do. That's what you taught me. No, that's what we learned together. They walked to their car. Lily skipped ahead. Emma paused, looked back at the building, the place where her life split into before and after. Daniel's hand in hers. You coming? She turned to him, this man who saw her when she couldn't see herself. Yeah, I'm coming home. They drove away. The building remained. More lives would change there. More kindness would echo. Inside the car, Lily. Can we get ice cream? It's almost dinner, Daniel started. Ice cream sounds perfect, Emma said. He looked at her. You're going to spoil her. Emma grinned. That's what families do. Family. The word settled over them like grace. Not perfect, not polished, but real. Built on $47 and truth. Built on broken hearts that learn to trust again. I love you both. So much, Lily said from the back seat. Emma's hand found Daniel's over the console. We love you too, Bug, they said together. And in that moment, Emma understood. Wealth isn't what you own. It's who walks through life beside you. It's the hands you hold when the world feels heavy. It's the family you choose and the love you build. One day, one choice, one truth at a time.